Alright, our next video, guys, what we're going to get into next is the future of Berserk, obviously, because if I'm going to watch somebody's intro to Berserk, I gotta see what the future of it is, because, is there a future? Is there a future to Berserk? Are we living in a sad, sad land of nothingness? Are we living in big, sad world of cry, cry land of no more Berserk? Is this what we're going into? Is this like your grandma who's dead? Those are the questions that need to be answered. Why did I bring up your dead grandma? Because I thought it'd be funny. And if you didn't like it, okay.
What will come first? The heat death
Me, I will come first. I will come. I will come.
of the universe, or the ending to Berserk? I'll tell you something that will come first, another chance to get something from Man to Sleep.
Shut up! Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that transition, bro? Fuck your Man to Sleep, dog. I cussed so early in the video. I'm like 12 minutes in. Dude, this isn't gonna get monetized. I might as well just pound sand right up my penis hole, dude. What have I done?
After all the stress of the holidays, it can be hard to get a good night's sleep. But Man to Sleep came to me with this amazing mask, and I literally sleep like a baby. It's got these adjustable eye cups, and if you position it just right, it's amazing. You can roll over, face up, face side, face down.
Let's go, dude. That face down, ass up. Face down, ass up. Face down, ass up. We're gonna get it in the butt. We're gonna get it in the butt. Face down, ass up.
And there's no discomfort all throughout the night. I've also tried out their cool eye cups, which is really great, especially if you have a headache or your sinuses.
If you're interested in doing shit, go to his description. I'm sure there's a code or something. I'm not watching it though. Man to Sleep exists. This guy does a thing with the code, and he's got sponsored. Yay! I probably won't get those because I'm a degenerate.
Well, that was a quick year, and a largely uneventful one for Berserk. I say largely because right at the end there we got a back-to-back release and colour pages for what will amount to most of volume 43 now. The latest release puts us at page 106 for that volume, just over halfway. That leads me to believe that volume 43 is due for some time. Oh wow, no, yeah, it really is. That leads me to believe that volume 43 is due for some time early 2026 for Japan, and will come out for Dark Horse around the same time of 2027. For the US and the West, we're finally getting volume 42 in a few months. To jump straight into an idea I brought up last year, I originally thought they might be saving Berserk releases for the tail end of each financial quarter, and predicted there would only be 4 releases in 2024. I ended up being wrong about it being each quarter, an idea I had because I thought Hakusensha may have been staggering the releases to make their financial quarters look evenly higher than that which it would have been. I suppose there is also room to consider if the financial quarter has already met their expectations, they may not decide to go through with a release until a less proportionally successful quarter runs most of its course, if you see what I mean. I was also wrong in the amount of releases though. Somehow my pessimistic guess of 4 releases has been beaten and we've only gotten 3. But let's keep it going. I've even drafted up my own hiatus chart. So, 2022 we got 7 releases. I don't think we'll ever see that amount again. 2023 we got 4 releases, and now 2024 we got 3 releases. 2025, you know what, I reckon the trend will follow, and next year we will get a total of 2 releases. I'm sorry guys. I think the first of these 2 will release really soon, as it's already confirmed to be done. I think they
So I have a feeling too that they're milking this for all it's worth after his death, because one, I think it's taking them longer to make the manga. I do think it's probably taking them longer because the creative designer and the artist the guy who's making the manga, he's gone, bro. He's zip zap out of here. He's left the land of the living. Rest in peace, my boy. But he's gone. So now they have other people working on it, and so it's probably like obviously it's gonna take them longer to make it because they're stringing together like notes and shit like a Lovecraft novel. So it's probably taking longer. On top of that, they're probably going to try to milk this ending for all it's worth. They know it's coming to an end. They know how it's going to end. They know how to get there. It's just about milking it on that milking table, getting it above and just stroke, stroke, stroke. Pull all you can out of it that you can before. And I mean, more people are going to be watching it, obviously, because they want to see this guy's work finished. And it's one of the most influential mangas slash any like IPs ever. I mean, it's not maybe the most selling, but it's definitely one of the most influential. So they're gonna milk this shit for every goddamn cent, and whatever it has left, we have to do it.
May hold this one back until February. Well, I guess if you say it 3 times in a row, it really might just come true. Berserk episode 379 is coming out on Valentine's Day. This news is literally a few hours old. I originally recorded this video at the very beginning of the year, so sorry that it's outdated and sorry that I'm diving into this out of nowhere. But apparently this is also teasing a major announcement. Who knows what that will be? That's all for now. Thanks for watching. This is Future Alex signing off. And the second one I think will follow in August. They've held back completed episodes for much longer than this though, so who knows when we will really see it. I'll keep this segment at the start where we track these releases, and nothing may come of it to be fair. Looking through the past, it seems about as sporadic and random as anything. And after all, what is the definition of insanity if not experiencing the same thing day in, day out, and expecting any different? Just when the content flows and we expect it, it comes to a stop. Like this.
We all have a job to do.
You son of a gun. You're a monster. You're a monster with your ad placements. You are an absolute demon, you goddamn degenerate. And I thought I was a degenerate, but that was just dirty. That was just dirty. I'm gonna put my ad, when I get ads, when I'm monetized, when I'm a big dog in the YouTube scene, I'm just gonna let that shit play willy-nilly. I'm gonna have it cut off in the middle of me like pretend jerking it off. I'm gonna be like this, and then ad will land, and you will just be like, oh, it won't be me leading into it, you goddamn gobbledygook machine. Okay, that was a little mean. I got a little heated, but ad placement wild.
As I said before, Volume 42 comes out for the West later this year in March, and the cover looks great when you see it in that Dark Horse typeface. I really like it, and the way they superimposed Griffith and Casca over the logo is a first for their editions. This follows on from Volume 41, also going back to the full page cover art format instead of the portrait within a white space format that they had going from like Volume 19 to 39. It's interesting, as if they keep up the way in which these covers are shown, it'll kind of evenly match up so that a third of the series is one way, the second third another, and this final third changed back again. I also kind of like it as it distinguishes the change of team behind the scenes, as Studio Gaga hasn't done much officially to distinguish this from the rest of the series themselves. This is the last chapter of the Fantasia arc that we are currently in. And when I say chapter, I mean the smaller segment of an arc, and the Fantasia arc is the final one for the whole series. The last chapter of the last arc. 100% confirmed, source in link. A lot has to be done, especially for this final stretch, but there we have it. Chapters averaged 60 to 70 releases when Miura was writing the series. And with us currently being 5 releases into this chapter, that means we're almost 10% into this final segment if they were to mimic this kind of length. I want to say that it's just going to be a longer chapter, as the team seems to want to fill in details where they can instead of abridge their way through it. But in terms of the big story beats, it is entirely possible that we are...
And I kind of had a feeling that's how they were originally going to do it. They were going to bridge the shit out of it. They were just going to slap bridges down there like Golden Gate? Golden Gate Bridge! But no, seriously, I thought they were just going to kind of like scrap it up together, say here's what it is. But the fact that they're filling it in and they're trying to actually do it justice, that's commendable, dude. I saw a lot of people like, oh, Berserk is cooked now, and so we're never going to get the true ending. The new guy's not going to do it. And it was like, bro, it's just like a homie. Why wouldn't he try to do best by his friend, dude? So I think it's gonna like fill it out good. Now I might be wrong. I haven't read all the way to this point. Like I'm like chapter like fucking 4 in. I'm like fucking the first. I'm in the Black Swordsman arc, bro. I am not even close to the fantasy ass arc or whatever they called it. But I mean, I'm just interested to see when it progresses, because I have this feeling that when Berserk ends, somebody's gonna try to do an anime. Because at the slow printout that they have right now, I don't know. I feel like they're worried that they're going to get caught up and then it's not going to go anywhere. If you're a studio that's been doing like some banger ass shit and you're like, it's already a risky promise, I don't want to get caught up, and then they go into limbo for forever, let's wait to see what happens with the ending. You know, that's fair. This is hopeful. This is hopeful, King Jiffy. Hoping I get a goddamn Berserk anime ever. It lives in my mind, goddamn rent-free. I'm sure you've noticed because I have like 1,000,000 Berserk videos on my channel. It's just... Well, at this point, I don't have 1,000,000 Berserk channels. But by the time you watch this as a standalone video, I will have 1,000,000 Berserk channels. I react to this shit all the time. I'm in pain. Lots and lots of fucking pain.
Heading towards a Cliff Notes version of the war, where we only focus on the main trio. It also kind of entirely depends on what Rakshas is bringing about with the end of episode 378. Since the continuation started, the team have released 14 episodes in the space of 2.5 years. If you count episode 379 as already being in the can, then that means that 15 releases have been produced in this time. That would equate to 30 releases across 60 years. I botched that. That would equate to 30 releases across 6 years. So, if the amount of releases in this new chapter of the story remains near that which we've had before, around 60, then that means we still have roughly 55 releases to come. And this would take approximately 11 years to reach the end with the current pace of releasing. This would take them to the end of volume 48. But yeah, that is an astonishing amount of time. They've also made it apparent that they don't want to drag out the story, and they don't want the continuation to take forever. I realize art takes time, and I don't actually mind however long they want to take, but the current pace definitely tracks for this manga to be finishing in the mid-2030s.
Jesus!
As of right now. And...
Oh my god, dude! They're never gonna get Berserk done. They will have found the One Piece before Berserk gets done, which, if you don't know, dude, Berserk has been out since, like, the 80s, dude. Berserk's been going since the 80s, and it still has 11 years to go. Dear Jeebus! We're never gonna get an anime that finishes it. We're never gonna have anything good. It's never gonna be done. We're gonna see the heat death of the universe before Berserk ever graces its penis on the scene. What kind of world are we living in? 11 years? By that time, I'll probably have fucking finished the first volume of the big collection, the big black book one. I will finally have, because I read slow and I'm an idiot, but goddamn.
Ironically enough, like all of the Future of Berserk videos before this, we're in a largely similar situation. That something kind of has to change if we're gonna get things where they need to be. Obviously, Koji Mori has already told the ending to Hakusensha, so obviously the story will be told, but it's funny how the releases being so sparse has continued to be a thing. Even with them holding back releases for when it suits them best, it really seems as though the actual output of the team can be counted on one hand at maximum, with the same amount of story progression among each episode. Like, again, I don't mind how long it takes, but let us entertain for a moment that the last chapter of the Fantasia arc is, let's say, twice the length of your average chapter, as it is the ultimate chapter, concluding everything. Doubling the amount of your average chapter would leave us with 120 episodes, 115 still to come, and that would leave us on track to be done in 22 years. 2046. Koji Mori would be 80 years old. GTA 7 might genuinely and unironically be out. We'll have those flying cars we're always talking about. I'm sure everything will come together quicker than we expected, but it's not like a single solution can't resolve another. And it's interesting how...
Dear God, bro. Dear fucking God. I will have given up on caring about... No, I won't. I like Berserk a lot. It lives in my mind rent-free. But dear God! What the fuck? 2046, bro? You think this bitch is gonna take fucking 20-something years? I hope not. I hope they just start cranking this shit out like I crank one out every afternoon, dude. Dear fuck! Holy shit! What in the AIDS dragon, like, cum NATO are we talking about here, bro? What in the ball taint salad is going on with this slow release schedule? Fucking chop that shit up. But they gotta. No, dude. No. I love backshots. Great chat, light chomps. Love you. But Jesus, dude. Like 2046? Fuck no, dude. I'll be like 1 billion years old.
How long it's taking even now. For example, it has been demonstrated time and time again that regardless of any issue associated with it, something we cannot seemingly get past is a low number of episodes every year. With that in mind, all it takes is an acceptance of that for the team to then realize that they must concentrate the content to fit within less pages. 3 releases of 20 pages a year, fine. Let's make sure we just consolidate the story to get it where it needs to be at the end of the year to meet that. I realize it's a very pragmatic approach to try and apply to art, but I do think it's slightly fair game to suggest it with Berserk as it currently is, because Berserk as it currently is isn't quite Berserk. In the 2023 video, I guessed that there would be a release every quarter, and it looks like I was wrong as they skipped winter and summer, and instead went for spring and autumn, which is something I was not expecting. Additionally, I noted how the first 365 days saw an output of 9 releases from them. In this next window of 365 days, the output has been 3 releases, still. So starting from this most recent 3rd year of the continuation, we're already 2 releases in, and with the confirmation that there is another release already in the pipeline, it looks like we might not just get, God forbid, 3, but 4 releases in the year. But for now, as I said
dude, they're just gonna fucking the guy who took over is gonna die, and then there's gonna be another guy that takes over, and then one day I'm gonna die, and I will have still not seen how Berserk ends. Dude, they just need to lock them in a room like they did with the Halo developers and say, just get it done. Just get it done. This shit needs to ship. Just get it done. In case you didn't know, that's what they did with Halo developers. They're like, close the door. Fucking get that shit done. You need to hit a deadline. Let's get these guys chop a suey into the gear, dude. Let's get them fucking get some work done, dude, because you guys are fucking way behind. This shit's been going for 47,000 years. Let's get it fucking wrapped up. Let's put a spin on this, buddy. Let's fucking before your children die, they will think about your kids, dude. Think about your kids and how they want to see the end of Berserk. Fuck.
Before, I don't think anything will change, and I don't think it will for a few years more either. I think 2 releases this year, maybe a little more in the years to follow, but there's nothing to suggest that things will change, by and large, for the future to come. The team even confirmed that they brought on new staff members, and that's not changed anything in terms of progress. I think it's less and less a problem of what they're throwing at the project, and more the decision-making aspect of the project itself. In terms of immediacy, stuff is going down in the east, Casca is imprisoned in Falconia, and Griffith is heading east now too. Shiake is in a coma, and it looks like the Kushan Empire, the last line of defense for humanity, as it once was, is about to come face to face with its nemesis. To close things out, it looks like the Berserk exhibition is still going strong, and looks like the Memorial Edition has finally released in the West, but it's unfortunately quite...
It was great.
Quite bare bones, and doesn't contain Miura's final interview, which is something exclusive now to the Japanese release. If you remember, they had a countdown for that and everybody lost their minds. How many releases do you think we'll get this year? How much do you reckon is left? What do you guys think about the fact that this—
Dude, Berserk is— we will never see the end of Berserk. Berserk is fucking cooked. Berserk is dead. Berserk is going to be— Berserk will never find the One Piece. This is trash. Bad news. Bad news, bad video. It was a good video. It was a good video. He did a good job. He did a good job. He did the thing, but I just want to fucking see this shit end. I thought this was gonna be like different. Like what was the state of what the anime would be in 2025? I didn't realize it was about the manga, and I didn't realize the manga was in fucking dire straits of. It's the end of Philadelphia over in the Berserk art world. Dear God. Dear God. What trash. What trash. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's bad. It's terrible. I will have no pubes left because I will be dead when Berserk shows up on the scene and finishes. Right? Oh, we finished it. And it's like, doesn't matter. King Jiffy Coast died a long time ago. He became slightly internet famous at one time and people cared about him. Now he's dead.